Welcome everybody joining us today in the media center Ukrinform. I am Olga Tamanova. Today we have a very interesting event. We will see the presentation of the video. We are talking to the Khurtovyna band. They have released a video clip for their song, the song dedicated to the all dead fallen heroes of Ukraine. Today, let me remind you, is the day 242. Everyone is doing what we can for securing the victory. The band, on the eve of their tour across Ukraine to raise funds for the Ukrainian armed forces. Now, let me introduce to you today's guests. We have been joined with Bohdan Zheleznyak, the director and member of the band. And also, next to me is sitting Artur Zheleznyak. He is a Ukrainian composer. Dmytro Panchenko is a vocalist. Serhiy Tsaryuk is a drummer. And Dmytro Belov is a bass player. Welcome and congratulations on this new release. Hopefully it will be enjoyed by the Ukrainian public. Bohdan, let us talk a few words about the whole message of the video and how the idea has sprung up. Thank you for the invitation. As for the idea of this video, we talked to Artur Zheleznyak. He is, by the way, my dad. He suggested that we should make a patriotic video clip, a military one, a one that would depict the issues of everyday lives of the Ukrainian military, even in the peaceful territories, but in the environment of war. The message of the video clip is that the war is raging on. There is no time for leaving those thoughts about the war behind. We should be mindful that the war is raging on, and everyone is part and parcel of this front line, both peaceful civilians and the military. We're all united together. We must get behind this idea. This is the message of today's clip. Now you will see it. I would like to ask our technicians to show the clip for everyone to see it. So would you please look at the screen? The song is called A Bullet.
Хлопці, до Диміра підкинете?
А вже ж, брате, сідай.
Will you give me a ride to the next village? Yes, brother, of course.
Летіла куля крізь туман, роки зозуля рахувала. Ця математика оман, коли йде війна тривала, летіла куля крізь вогонь, як хижа птаха понад полем, щоб краплі крові на долонь, як та ріка чимось болить. України. Ти на шляху не став, закрив собою чиюсь дитину. Летіла куля крізь туман, роки зозуля рахувала. Ця математика оман, коли йде війна тривала. Зорі над містом, майже за змістом, як ми. Зорі над містом, згаснуть навмисно з людьми. Зорі над містом, майже за змістом, як ми. Зорі над містом, згаснуть навмисно з людьми.
To the memory of the fallen heroes. Arthur, as a rule, you've been working for quite a long time with Ukrainian singers. These were all, I think, were lyrical compositions. What inspired you to create such a story? You see, it feels like writing something very lyrical, very soft. And before the war, I wrote a lot of poems like that. Some of them have turned to be the music hits. But in my youth, as it happened, I played rock and roll, and it was my dream to produce something powerful. And now, in the environment of war, something triggered my uneasy feelings, something that, lyrical songs doesn't work out today. There's something uneasy and disturbing that I feel now. And what we are playing is that we address the military audience, we play to the hospital staff and wounded soldiers, to the civilians, something that inspires, encourages, inspire people to perhaps an individual mini feat, something that a civilian just working, perhaps it is an exploit in itself, paying your taxes, which brings the victory closer. And now that what we saw a fortnight ago or a week ago in the city of Kiev, next to you, you see and hear the explosions. You feel that your feeling is down. It's a downbeat feeling that you have to reflect in your melody, in your lyrics. Something that projects, not to say the feeling of encouragement, but to help you get rid of this pessimistic mode, that it feels like somebody puts a hand on your shoulder, saying to you that everything is going to be all right in every note of my music, in every clip that we make. We are trying to encourage people. And there is something that indeed inspires you to keep on living. You know, it feels like you're an avatar of Alexei Arestovich. He soothes your feeling, he warms you, he inspires you. So are we. Of course, we have lyrical songs in our repertoire, but it's not relevant today. Behind this music, behind the lyrics, is there a personal story, or it's a generalized image that, as it were, you have summarized the history of all Ukrainians, of different heroes? 100%. It is a summary image, shall I say, an average, run-of-the-mill Ukrainian. This soldier reflects a situation where it feels like this soldier has given everything he had. He wants to enjoy some peaceful time. He wants to spare his time with his kid and wife and friends, but he is not allowed to. This war would not let him go. Dmytro, how did you manage to play this role? It just went with the flow. It's not being carried along the flow, because my friend told me that at the end of the clip, I will be killed. And this is what we saw on the screen. It's both my wife and my kid. And I told my wife, this is the screenplay. And she said, I will not do what is in the script. And I said, this is just a fiction. It's a movie. This is a script only. Well, I personally was very much excited. You see, an actor is something that is in my street. It was a debut for me to star, and it was exciting and interesting. A little bit emotional, of course, emotionally challenging, because I know what the message is. I know the lyrics. And when you stand together with your wife and your kid, and the tear that you saw tripping down my cheek, the guys told me, how did you get it? How did you produce it? And I said, it's from my heart. It's from within. I didn't play it. It just happened to see and feel the tear on my cheek. When I was looking at this clip, and I was not happy, and the director said everything is all right, and I felt like I didn't step up to the plate, and I looked at it and re-looked at it, and somewhere at the 10th take, I thought it was all right. Half of our band are parts of the territorial defense. Part of them are volunteers. And we talk a lot to the Ukrainian military, the guys who come from the front line. And this is not a story that is purely fictional indeed. Serhiy, Dmytro, what are the emotions that have you overwhelmed you? Have you been overwhelmed with emotions when you were doing the video clip? In the first place, the band began rehearsing, and we sprang into existence during the war, and we got in contact with each other. How should we react to this war was the question, and we thought we would put together a band, and we had this aggregate, this machine working. It's well-oiled machine, and under the direction of Artur, it seems to be working all right. Everything we do, all our gigs, come from the heart, and it's our contribution to the victory. What should I add here? You see, the situation in the country is when this video clip just reflects the general feeling of the country. Artur was right in saying that everybody should step up to the plate. He or she is able to. And we wanted to reflect the zeitgeist of this country as musicians. This is our contribution. We are trying to provide hope, to inspire people to keep on living. Life goes on. Everybody in our band and in Ukraine are challenged to do everything what they can, wherever they work or live. When we were doing this video, I felt like we are all together in one boat. We were trying to come up with a product that would not be just one part of our personal lives, but rather for it to reflect our respect for the Ukrainian nation. Something in that vein. I understand that you are on the eve, on the run-up to your tour. Where would you head? Why do we need PR and spinning of such video clips to promote it in the social networks during the war? It's not about money. We are visiting our guys, military ones. When we visit the hospitals, for example, to be sure, people want to listen to music hits. And of course, we have a number of those on our list of songs. Of course we do that, but we want to come up with something that becomes a hit written by us. This is why we are here. This is why this clip has been played on the Radio Rock or M1 or M2 TV channels. It will depend whether they will get it on their playing list. But you see, when you talk to the military personnel somewhere in the wood and you play the acoustic guitar to them, it feels great when they sing along. Apart from the Ukrainian national folklore song that have become the symbol of this war, but there must be something in addition to it. This is why we are here. We've got a lot of plans for the future, but we are facing the tour, and the tour depends on the electricity supply. There were a couple of attempts that were in vain because there is no electricity available where we wanted to go. But now that we are very close to the beginning of the tour, it is all conditional. It depends on the placement of the military. And of course, you know that the points of the military positions are changing, especially in the vicinity of the Kherson city. Of course, we are aware that our military are on the move. The front line is not that stable, but hopefully you will get to the military and perhaps even to the liberated Kherson. By the way, we were invited to the liberated Kherson. Ladies and gentlemen, questions from the floor. Urina Udodenko, Ukrinform, would you go into detail how the shooting took place? How long did it take? How complex was it? And perhaps something that has stuck to your memory in this process of shooting. The shooting were exciting. We did it at one take during one day, somewhere in the vicinity of 10 to 12 hours. And the post-production took about a month's time. It was a fruitful work, and the music guys and sound engineers helped us a lot. But the song was read long ago. Artur Zheleznyak is the author of both the music and the lyrics. The shooting was very quiet, very friendly. Everyone knew what to do. Everyone was aware of the message and the idea behind this project. Everything was smooth. The main thing for us to get engaged in this video clip is to support our military, to support our civilian population, to give respect for all the fallen heroes. This clip is dedicated to the fallen heroes. Another question, please. Is this video clip going to be promoted abroad? My son has been here before, and he talked about the movie Ma that we were talking about some time ago. Now we will be guests at the United 24 at the Hollywood Short Movie Festival, and then the movie will go to London, and it'll be presented here in Kiev in the month of November. You know, we are not dividing our oeuvre into sound clips or movies. It's all the production of our band, and we are working in the production studio, and perhaps there's something for us to introduce as well here. We have decided to set up a production studio, and of course this video clip, we will make sure that the clip is viewed everywhere we can, including Canada, the United States, Poland, of course. We will do everything we can, and this is important, even for those whose loved ones are staying in Ukraine, are in the front line, but as it happened, some people are living abroad, and I believe this will be very close to them. They will be excited about such productions. Indeed, Bohdan, I remember when you presented here the short movie called Ma, which is Mother. It was a beautiful work. Now, what is in your plans? We have a lot of ambitious plans, and I hope that we will cooperate with the band. We will do some video clips. There are a lot of ideas about short movies, but in the nearest future, I think we should concentrate on the full feature movie, and it will be focused on the challenges that Ukraine is facing, about the war. It's not about drama movie. It's about perhaps some lighter notes, as we say in the Ukrainian folklore songs, that the Ukraine will be happy at the end of the day. What we call that, we need the bullet when we shoot into the bull's eye, or it's perhaps better to raise the funds, spend the money for the Ukrainian military, for the volunteers. So in every movie of ours, in every artistic work, we are trying to get the message through, the message of peace, the message of the Ukrainian glory. When we are now working on the movie that we shoot in the summertime, we are still having some material that is in the works. Of course, the lyrical songs will also be part of our plans. The lyrical tenor, the voice of our band, is baritone, sorry, not a tenor. It's not that simple to shoot video clips during the war. It's expensive, you see. You perhaps are aware of what kind of money we are talking about here. However, thanks to the fact that we have been helped by the territorial defense in the Brovary region. Young guys, young artists, the authors of the movie, the cameramen, including they were generous. And thanks to their effort, we were able to shoot this movie. But as it happened at the beginning of the war, I wrote a song for the then existing TV channel Ukraine, and I wrote the song "We Are From Ukraine." I received the royalty for that, not that big, but it was enough to shoot the movie Ma and shoot this video clip. Otherwise, it would not have been possible. Because prior to war, it would not have been possible in the Ukrainian music business before the war. Thank you for joining us today. Let me remind you, we have been joined by the Khurtovyna band, the director of the clip, Mr. Zheleznyak. Thank you, gentlemen, for this work. Hopefully everything's gonna be all right, and your video clip will be viewed by millions of viewers, and I wish you to get to our military personnel at the front line to inspire them. Thank you very much again. Ladies and gentlemen, the next briefing will take place at 12 o'clock. Thank you and stay tuned.